Good evening, everybody, and fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I, Blurry Face, your guide to all things blurry and low resolution. All right. Well, that's a thing. Hi, Brent. So, I'm preparing my little thing that I'm going to put out there. I'm seeing zero pin pressure, of course. Coming from my pen. There's no pin pressure at all. Okay. So it does not understand pen, no matter which way you put it. That's nice. Not opacity necessarily. What's the story here? Why are my shape dynamics not on? It's still good. No, it's still doing nothing. It does nothing. The pin, it does nothing. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Don't let your skipper down, man. Don't do it. Right? Don't let her down, man. Doesn't end well. She hunts you down. Mostly for coffee, but probably also for other things. Like she's just mad at you, or you, I don't know, something. Anything could happen. Probably really coffee, but we don't want to. She doesn't sound scary if you do that. It's been so long since I've worked here, I've forgotten how to do all these things. Yeah. She is known for shaking people down for, coffee. I like good cheese too. Okay, the other thing I'm going to steal from Fort Collins Comic Con's thing is their little banner that says what days they are. Well, that's a mess. And somehow, Raphael got to be on the actual guest list. I'm like, have you talked to him? Do you know anything about him? Because Heather, she's cool. She's kick butt. R. Alan Brooks, awesome. I don't know Jessica at all, but that's all right. She's probably awesome too. Dr. Peterson, not a problem there. Dr. Wong, not a problem there. You get the idea. Not that big of a problem here. Some great cosplay guests. Dr. Kim, and me, and me, and me. There's a lot of me's going on here. I'm just saying. I'm just going to say it for the record here. I'm like, mad at him? If you mad at him, you'd know. It's been so long I've started to forget what everything is. Very, very huge. 784K people. And we will meta post this. It's very frustrating because every time I use GS Davis Art as a quick post thing, I can't make it work. You have to click like 12 different things because it always takes me to my gaming page, which is fine, but I don't have a lot in the way of gaming. Is that what they want us to do? Does anybody know? what's our hashtag for this? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go. And I probably should have done this from the other side. And not from this side, but instead do it from Meta, because then it would go to Instagram too. It's like I can't ever figure these things out like I'm supposed to do. All right. There. Now I put it out on everything I can think of. Well, not everything, I guess. I wish I could share further. Something isn't working. You did it wrong. It's complicated. Like, all of this is super complicated. It shouldn't be this complicated. Collins has a Comic-Con. It's good to see you, Sarge. Sorry I wasn't responding. I have all my screens up because I'm trying to post this everywhere. Fort Collins has a Comic-Con, and Colorado Springs has a Comic-Con this weekend. Also is Tacticon, a gaming convention this weekend. I'm wondering how many of these conventions are trying desperately to get out of the way of IndieK. These are all the things I wonder. But I will be at booth H6. That's Hotel 6. Since we'll be not at a hotel, that's complicated. Yep, and then the following weekend is IndieK. But guys, don't let your skipper down. Come see her at booth H6. You know she'll be there. Got her sitting downstairs, ready to load her up. She fits in the car and everything. Right? No money to go. All I'm trying to do now is figure out how to go through and fix the tool that I just fired this thing up. The thing that makes me so mad about all of this is that it's like 12 clicks. It's really cool. You get one click will post your thing to your business page and Instagram, but you have to do all this convoluted stuff just to share it to your personal page. Oh, okay. We got stars now for whatever it's worth. Just want you to know that we have stars. Like, it shouldn't be this hard to promote myself.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I went to take literally a 15-minute nap. I went to take a nap at 6:15 and I woke up at 9:50 something.
I just need
I'm
to
like,
survive.
huh?
I just need to survive. Yeah.
Right? I was like, oh, I'll just take a quick little power nap. I do it all the time. I take really short naps all the time. So I'm like, it's fine. Like, I set 2 alarms. I slept through both of them. I missed my stream.
That's all right. You made it here.
Ooh. So I woke up and it was one of those, like, you wake up and you go, oh, what year am I in?
Right.
Whoops.
All right. Oh, hey, that's cute.
Let's see. Gotta get my reference up.
I don't even know what you're doing. Facebook's just gone bonked.
Wait, what, you bonked? So you borked something?
Yeah, Facebook just exploded for reasons.
Oh. Try chronic fatigue. I do have chronic fatigue. I have an autoimmune condition. I just don't
It's
show
automatic
it.
and immune.
I don't have like chronic fatigue syndrome, but I do have an autoimmune condition that causes me a lot of fatigue.
Oh, hey, Sarge. I finally got a Monster Maroon, although it's Monster Black, but it's a Monster Black, and it's not bad. It's a Kozermart thing, but it's not bad. So I'm actually kind of excited about it. Just saying. And it's all decked out finally. Talking about uniforms. I also now have the correct comm badges for my Lower Decks uniform and my Strange New Worlds wraparound. Stupid COVID gave you chronic fatigue.
Oh, you mean like the actual condition chronic fatigue? Huh? Well, guys, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying something about, like, I feel like I hit a wall every day around 2 as well. I wonder if that might also be because of stupid COVID. Stupid COVID. Hang on.
Mine's because I don't eat very well, or at all, just because I don't. But yeah, it is what it is.
Backing out of the monster that is horribly photoshopped. Going back into the program that I actually like, which is Clip, which actually makes me mad that Clip, I think, is going to somewhere along the line lock me out of my laptop. Moreover, I've been reading more and more about that, and I'm afraid that what's going to happen. Yeah, we totally need to go over uniforms sometime. I spent frickin' forever this afternoon on the 1701st website trying to get correct answers on placement for rank and things like that on my Monster Maroon, and especially since it's a Strange New Worlds variant, that makes it so hard because it's not quite right. Like, it's not exactly right, but I got them all on there, all my pips and squeaks and all those things. Found some things that I have to go do. Like, totally, I'm going to have to go in and sew the white stripe around the sleeve, the cuff, and then because like that white stripe needs to be sewed in on the top side, which is going to be interesting. We can cover it. It'll be fine. But I think both of the straps, the white strap here and the white strap that goes over the shoulder, need to be at least tagged in and sewed in a little bit. I also think the stupid snaps need to be like really sewed in. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to wear it though to the convention. I mean, I'm going to wear something because I like to wear my uniforms to these conventions because it attracts the right people. You know what I mean? Because like I'm a Star Trek comic, so I mean, effectively, it's like Orville. It's a, you know, yeah. See, that's the thing. It's got a zip up white turtleneck, and that's the problem. I think with the white zip up turtleneck and the monster maroon, it is just big and heavy, and I'm afraid I'll overheat in frickin' 100-degree weather. And it's black,
yeah, it is hot.
which that's not good. It's super pretty, but it is like, oh man. Yeah, because the TNG era ones would be easier because at least they have. Well, I guess they really wouldn't because they're black too. Wouldn't be any different. In fact, the only ones that'd be good for us out there would be the mess dresses, dress uniforms, like Lower Decks' dress uniform and Insurrection and. Okay, good night, Sarge. We can stop talking about uniforms now. I'm actually pretty excited because I do have a couple of really good uniforms now. And it's kind of cool. Makes me happy. Unreasonably happy.
I think that's something to be reasonably happy about.
Right? See, this is the thing. I like to cosplay, but I don't. That's what I was saying before. Like, I'm not that wave. I'm like the first generation cosplayers where we're all wearing Starfleet uniforms and we're us in Starfleet uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really wanted to be Captain Kirk, you know. That's not who I'm cosplaying as. I think that's funny. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
That's kind of what I was when I went to my first convention. Ironically, that was the NBK. Is I just dressed up as some like random yokai thingy.
Right.
Just having a good time. Like I'm not a big fan of dressing up as other characters.
Fair.
For whatever reason, I like to be like whatever, like something like just me. Like how would I enjoy something? But I have a few characters that I would love to dress up as eventually. If I could like lose the weight and feel confident about that. That's what I struggle with. Especially as a female, like when you cosplay, they judge you way more harshly.
Yeah, although I think that also one of the reasons I have not been wearing a lot of Starfleet uniforms recently is because I feel like I get judged too, you know?
Oh, because you're older?
It's a little brutal to be not in shape. These Starfleet uniforms are tailored.
Oh, I see.
So
I was gonna say if it's the age, that's fucking dumb. But I didn't even think about this. I didn't think people would care about the being out of shape in a uniform because not all of them are in shape. If you go back and watch them, a lot of them aren't in shape.
Well, it depends on what. I mean, there's like a difference between being a couple of pounds over and, you know, being really out there.
Believe me, I know.
Yeah, but I mean, like, well, although I did have the most interesting statement made to me during the game that I played on Tuesday night, flattering, which was, you know, the guys were all sitting around talking about being, you know, everybody was overweight, and then, you know, of course, the kid in our group is newly minted 18, so he's certainly not overweight. And so he said, "Speak for yourself." And the guy who said it said, "Well, and I mean, you know, okay, so we can't count Hunter or Guy." And I looked at him, and he went, "You're just rocking a dad bod." And I was like, you know what? That's a nice compliment. Thanks, man.
That's funny.
Because I mean, I'm like, I just assumed that I've always been sort of just overweight. Well, not always, but yeah, it's just a nice compliment. I was just like, oh man, thanks. That's just a nice thing to say. You're my new best friend for the night. You know, I'm like, no, really. Tell me more. It's just really funny.
That's funny. Yeah, I love the "no, really, tell me more" thing. I love that.
I mean, because like I never really thought of myself, but I mean, I guess there is sort of I'm pudgy, and they were actually like talking about, they're like, we would have called you husky in the 80s, you know.
Husky.
It's like, well, and that's kind of nice, because I mean, to me though, I always get body dysmorphia when I look in the mirror. Like,
same.
I look in the mirror and I'm like, that is not me. There's something really weird about this. It's, you know, it's like a funhouse mirror thing or whatever.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's why I want to get top surgeries. It doesn't feel like it's me standing there. It feels like who the hell is this?
Yeah, who's this person?
Because like I used to be a lot thinner too. So it's like, do I really look like that now?
Right.
Like I used to be 65 kilograms, and at my worst I was 147.
Right.
And so the difference between that is obviously really high. And so I was like, is that me?
Right.
Is that what I actually look like now? What the hell? What the hell?
Who are you people?
It's
just really strange, because, you know, you hear about body dysmorphia in the terms of people who are trans, and that's kind of cool in that way. I mean, not cool, but you know what I mean? Like, I understand that, I comprehend that, but I didn't realize that I actually suffer from it as well, because I do not see myself as female, or anything like that. I've never really perceived myself as anything other than a male, but it is weird. Although I am recently kind of wondering, speaking of male, I've been thinking about shaving off my mustache and my goatee. I wonder what that would be.
How long would it take you to grow it back?
Not that long.
Then yeah, I say go for it. You might feel more comfortable. Maybe I find that sometimes like our personal desires for our own looks change over time. Like I used to want my hair short all the time, and because my mom always had her hair really long, and have long hair, I look like mom.
Right.
And so like every time my hair was while my hair was really long, I always felt like I looked like my mom, and that was obviously kind of stressing to me. So I always kept it like super short. And now I'm like, you know what? Like I want to be able to do stuff with my hair, so like I'm gonna let it grow and just see how I feel about it. And it's the longest it's been in like 10 years.
Shave it off, says Brent. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm kind of.
You want to try it?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I've been kind of pondering that. Change hair color, shave, because I always thought I had a baby face. But you know what? I'm having a real crisis over being 51 right now, for some reason. So I'm like, maybe this is a good thing to do, is go and look a little younger, you know, not look 51.
That's something that you think will help you feel better. Do it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you can grow it back.
That's true. I mean, like, it's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah. That's why I never hesitated to cut my hair off, as I knew, it would take a while to grow it back, but I knew that I could. So I just did whatever I wanted. With the police. Just yeah, have you seen that meme with like the bird standing on the sign that says no birds?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that made me think of. I do what I want. Hi, Brent. Man, cutting sugar is kicking my butt. I think that's why I'm so tired.
Maybe.
That you know what? I know what it is. I haven't actually had lunch today. I didn't have breakfast. I didn't have lunch. I haven't had dinner. That's why I haven't eaten today. I kept saying I would stop to
at least
eat.
once every 24 hours.
Yeah. But if I eat, I have to step away to go cook because I don't have anything like freshly ready.
That's all right. We've got the show. We're holding down the fort. You got an hour and 20 minutes before we kill out, so
It's okay. I can eat afterwards.
I mean, I'm not kidding. If you want to go make something, go make something.
Nah, I'd have to wash. I'd have to wash a pan. I only have 2 pans. I'd have to go wash it. I don't want.
I remember that. Living the bachelor lifestyle. Look at you.
Yeah, I dirtied both pans yesterday, and I didn't wash them. I just put them in the dishwasher. I was like, "Oh, I'll run the dishwasher today," and I didn't. That's what I usually do. Is like usually I just manually wash them myself. And I thought, oh no, it's okay. Like I have to run the dishwasher anyway. I'll just run to the dishwasher and save the effort. And here I am, 24 hours later, with dirty dishes still in the dishwasher. I have like a deep pan, like for like cooking like soups and chilies and stuff. And then I have like so that I can like batch make like soups and stuff, or like a bunch of mashed potatoes. Or I use it for basically like my batch cooking. And then I have like a small skillet. Oh no, sorry. I have 3 pans. I have the square one for tamagoyaki. Look at the little soot spirits.
Yeah, I'm making all these soot spirits. They're ridiculous.
And dorbs.
Well, I'm liking this whole picture. I mean, the whole concept's kind of fun. We got Gigi up there, and then the soot spirits are trying to help, and the radio's dead, and,
Yeah.
So it's like it's like Kiki's radio is out, so the soot spirits are trying to help put it back together and make it run again. I just think it's cute.
Yeah. I'll definitely have some beef later. Because I have beef I gotta get eaten up. It's that really thin, like stir-fry beef.
Uh-huh.
It's really good. What I like to do is I like to like cut it out so it's like stringier, and it's not the best like bulgogi meat, but it works really well for bulgogi if you're cheap like me.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I will have? I will have some ice cream. I will be right back.
Okay. It'd totally make me sick. I can't eat sugar if I haven't had some kind of proteins or something like that. It makes me ill. And I'm not sure whether it's an actual ill or just a psychological, psychosomatic ill, but it's always been sort of that way. It's like,
I recently discovered the joy that is Mexican ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. The flavor that I had someone, I was in the store and I was trying to figure out like what I wanted to eat for like ice cream, which I don't get a lot because lactose intolerant and I don't like sorbet that much. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to try. And this man kind of like stops by and he's like, do you need a recommendation? And I was like, yeah, I'm looking for something I've not really had before. He's like, have you ever had Mexican ice cream? Like a helado. And I'm like, no, not really. He's like, okay. Like, he's like, do you like what kind of flavors do you like? And then he asked, do you like eggnog? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I think you would like rompope, which is like a rum raisin flavor. And they're called bullies, and they're like these like you know how we have like the frozen ice things that were in like the really long tubes, like the plastic tubes. It's like that, but it's like cream. It's like frozen ice, like actual ice cream, and it's frozen solid. But it's like rum raisin with cream flavor. Emphasis on the cream. It's so good. I had no idea that this kind of ice cream existed. And like after doing some research, it looks like there's so many really good flavors that I've never even thought about like associating with ice cream. And I'm like, dang, I've been missing out on life.
Right.
So I'm very happy with my rum ice cream.
Fair.
I love taking recommendations from strangers. As long as it's like gluten free. Like I like taking recommendations from strangers. That's how you find the really good stuff. This lady recommended some tea to me because I was same problem. I was sending in the tea aisle trying to figure out what I wanted. And this lady like grabbed a like a thing of green tea that said it was like cherries, like cherry blossom flavor or whatever. And I'm like, does it really taste like cherries? She's like, yes. She's like, you open it. She's like, it's basically like loose leaf tea in like the little satchels. She's like, I've never had like. She's like, I was really like speculative too. She's like this is my favorite tea. I prefer to drink only like this and like one or two others now. She's like, I'm a tea snob. And I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And oh my god, it's so good. I too will probably never have any other like cherry tea, like because it is so good. And I got it at freaking Walmart.
Wow.
Of all places, yeah. That's why I was like really.
What's it called?
Let me get the name of it. I'll get it like a.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
what it
just
looks like. It's in a tin.
shoot me a photograph of it somewhere online. That'd be cool.
Cherry green tea. Like, here we go. Harney and Sons image here. Like it looks like it's one of those like bougie teas,
Right.
but it's really good. Come on, load, please. There it goes. I'll just grab a screenshot. Yeah, it's got like 1,500 ratings, and it's got 4.6 stars. So we're not the only ones. All right, here's what it looks like.
I'm gonna make you the big side of the page. Big side, real quick.
Yeah, if you guys like tea and you like cherry stuff flavoring, this is really, really good.
Hang on. I'm making you the big picture. That's not you the big picture. That's you the big picture. There we go. That way I can screenshot it.
From Hardy and Sons. It's really good. Like, I don't know about you, but those reviews look pretty good to me.
Is it Barney and Sons?
Harney.
Okay, so
With an H.
okay, Harney and Sons. The reason I'm saying that is because all we can see is Jackson NEY and Sons.
There you go.
So, oh, now you do that. There we go. Hang on. I'm trying to screenshot it.
Yeah, I forgot that my name was gonna block it.
There we go. Perfect. Because I'll try.
Yeah.
I love the taste of cherry. It's like one of those things. And a cherry tea, I'd be like, really? Wow.
You open this tin and the cherry smacks your face.
Right? I'm kind of like, well, maybe.
It makes my whole kitchen smell really good.
I'm okay with this plan.
Hi, Miso. How you doing? Best girl. I need to get you like ASAP to the groomer. So. Your fur is getting so long. You walk around with little nuggets on your butt.
Oh, I hate that.
Right? Yeah, I had to mop the floor earlier today because of you. You can tell it wasn't her fault. Like it had freaking litter attached. Oh my god, Miso. Look at her looking away. She's like, don't talk about me like that. I'm on television, Mom. Well, there it goes. Wow. This video was taking a long time to save. Alright. I'm gonna put these in different layers so we can edit them while you do. I might have to. I think that's good. Trying to start it.
I got a bunch of soot sprites. They look like soot sprites.
Alright, let's do this.
Oh, we watched the first episode of Ahsoka today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I like who they picked to play Ren. She's one of my favorite characters from Rebels, so I'm glad they picked well on her.
That's good. Sometimes I get really nervous with like certain characters, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try something. See if I can save my time. I don't like that disappeared. Nisa's doing her I want to cuddle with your arm while you draw thing.
Right.
It's so cute.
We were having that problem earlier. I was trying to eat dinner, and Dove kept climbing into my lap, kind of like, you're just really not understanding. Sit back, stop eating, and pet me. It's like, she's so, you know, she's so small and frail anyway that it's just really kind of sad a little bit, but adorably sad.
Yeah, that's Miso at the moment. She's like, Mom, you didn't play with me today because you took a nap all day, and now you have to give me attention while you're streaming. Because Usually that hour that I take, I'll like play with Miso and do whatever. Like maybe sit with her while I watch some TV and mellow out. Like that's me and her time. She didn't get her human time.
Right. You promised me human time. I am seeing none of it.
Yeah. Sometimes it does get frustrating when like I'm trying to work. But then I'm like, how lucky am I that I have a cat that actually wants to spend time with me?
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is it, Miso? Goodness gracious. Okay, I have a question. How many people attend Fort Collins Comic Con on average? Do you know?
It's small to medium sized con. So I mean, the good news is I can kind of tell the difference now. I used to couldn't, but now I can. So I would say small to medium. I don't know, 10,000.
Oh, 10,000?
Maybe 8 to 10 over the weekend. 8 to 10 over the weekend. So not huge. Not like a million, but.
What about like Wicked West?
Wicked West is a small con, so 6 to 8.
Okay.
But Wicked West, I think, will grow. So that's at least a good thing.
Yeah, I was trying to, because like I'm trying to plan more for like conventions and stuff. So I was kind of wondering, since like that's technically my home area, like if I were to go or table or whatever, like what would I expect?
Right. Well, they're Comic Cons, so you definitely run into people who are writing comics. You know what I mean? Like, you would most certainly want to. You run into people who'd want a good manga writing thing.
Yeah, like people who write manga will, or people who like reading manga will be there.
Yeah. Well, there are people who are writing it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd love to like table at places like Wicked West. I just don't have anything to sell. That's why I don't typically table at places, is because I have nothing.
Right.
I don't even have prints.
Someday your prince will come.
Basically. So that's why I've never really bothered with conventions, is I don't have anything. I don't have anything to give.
Totally fair.
Buy me so. Can I go get some snaps? Because I don't have my volume finished. I never intended to print anything other than Tonkabun. So I had to. So for me, like I had to wait until I had Tonkabun to be able to sell anything, and that just takes a long ass time. And because I've like rebooted it so many times, like this is the first time. Like this most recent run is the first time I even got to start chapter 2. That's why.
Agreed.
Yeah. So I've never like had anything like that I deemed even like worth finishing, and I didn't want to be handing out chapter 1 if I was just gonna reboot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
but I
why,
mean,
like,
we could probably pivot you pretty well if you ever decided to do that. That's one of the things I always do
yeah,
with this. That's what QAC's all about. So if you ever feel like you really need to do these things, just holler.
yeah. Well, and that's why I went ahead and did that version with Red Tempest Media when like I thought like I was finally ready to start, and then that didn't work out very well. I don't know if you guys remember him.
Who?
Red Tempest Media. I did an Ashcan with him. And
really?
I had to, yeah, I did initially. And it was supposed to like keep going, but I backed out because he took his sweet time paying me for his share of the print cost. And I didn't want to move forward with any more production until he paid me. And I had to like it took him years to pay me.
Oh, years. That's not good. Years.
Yeah. That's why it stopped. It's because I was waiting on my payment, and I wasn't going to start again without getting my payment for the initial part. Because that initial print run that I like took to like I took a few to Mile High, like the Ashcan copy I had with me. I paid for that print run up front by myself.
Oh man.
And we were supposed to split it. So I lost so much money on that print run, which is normal. That's first print run. That's normal. But
I'm still losing money on all my print runs, but it's still fun to think that some people have my comic out there.
Yeah, well, and that was why I got really excited when like Mile High was willing to take a couple. I think they took 3 or 4 copies.
Yep.
And then it got even worse when I had to move away.
I'm just chuckling at things. This one's chuckleable too.
No, it's fine. I'm kind of zoning right now.
That's all right.
Kind
Oh, I hope Brent's still here. I have a picture for him. There you go. Just for Brent.
Oh, you need to put yourself up, guy. Here.
Oh, did I make myself small again?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not helping me any, is it now? Here, I'll fix it.
There you go.
There we go. Wait, one more time for Brent. There you go, Brent. There. Just for you. In case you ever need this, we've got it fixed.
Oh my gosh, like, I was always joking about that with my grandparents. The blinker fluid.
Yeah.
Dude, especially, like, for me coming in from Loveland, going down to the Perkins, like, I swear to gosh, like, that one, because you're going up the hill and you have to get over, right? And, like, as soon as you top the hill, going down on 25, like, boom, it's right there. Like, no one used freaking turn signals there. Oh, every family has one. Yeah, I'm that one. That's me.
Yep. So what's so funny is I saved a whole bunch of funny little memes from I Can Has Cheeseburger from back in the day. And I just recently found them. And they're still in a folder, just hanging out. And it's like, they're still hysterical years later.
Yeah.
Like, this is freaking funny.
Oh man, I had to explain to someone, like, what I Can Has Cheeseburger is.
I know, right?
A younger person. Because I was joking about it in a server, and they're like, I Can Has Cheeseburger? What is that? I'm like, what?
Oh my god. I regret nothing. There's like all kinds of funny stuff in here.
Oh man, explaining what a glomp was, that was interesting. I kind of jokingly said, yeah, it's called non-consent. And they're like, you used to do that at conventions? I'm like, that was just a thing. It was also a high school thing. That in my high school, glomping was a thing.
Oh man, glomping comes from almost my era. They were starting to glomp at the end of my era. I like this one. Close the airlock.
Oh. Alright, Yuso, where'd you go? I felt you. I still want my chair to like roll over his feet. Kitties.
Like all of these are so small too. I mean, like. I like this one.
Oh no, Zai has let go. Floating away.
That's what happens when you let go your tether. Naked Punky. I don't know what that was about. I'm sure it's a reference to a thing that happened, but
yeah, that's how memes work.
I like this one.
And will not work. Please grant a.
Please grab a sledgehammer, whack it a few times, and reboot. Oh, they've got a. Did you hear it? They've made a specific instrument in case you have ghosts. Here you go. They hate this.
Oh my god. Oh my
That's a deep
I never
cut.
saw that one. I've never seen that one before.
That's a deep cut. Oh man.
Hurting my feelings. Making me feel old.
What is a turn signal? What is a turn signal?
Oh my gosh, guy. One of my friends has, like one of my high school friends posted a picture of her son that's 6 years old today. We were in the same grade, and I went, what? He's how old?
I mean, my own child is 13. To boot,
Right.
like Brent is 10 years younger than me, and his child is 13. So,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's weird because she was in the same grade as me. We were in all of the same classes together. And I went, how old am I again?
Right.
I thought you were like 24 million. Why are you having a 6-year-old? What? Your oldest kid is 22?
I think this one's awesome because it's actually from the actual comic.
Be careful now there. We can't have any boba. Booba.
This one cracks me up all the time.
Oh, Guy, I just remembered. You need to look into the legalities of having Restream. I just found out that the whole like Restream clause for affiliates, like you have like 24-hour exclusivity on Twitch.
Uh-huh.
You need to verify this. What I heard is that now applies to all Twitch streamers, not just those that are affiliated and partnered. I don't know if that's true or not, but you should double check and see if that like exclusivity clause applies to you, because it could get your channels nerfed. If so. If it's true. I haven't verified yet. I just heard about it today, so like please double check that. If it's something that you care about.
Right. Twitch content sharing guidelines. Let's see what it says. Co-streaming is a feature that lets you air another broadcast on your channel. No. That's not it. Clipping, participating channels.
It probably would be in the TOS somewhere.
I'm not seeing anything. In fact, they kind of are talking about what to do when you connect to a restreamer.
Let me see. Yeah, someone had mentioned it, and I was like, oh shit, I know someone who uses that.
Oh my god, ChatGPT is answering shit. Oh my god. We live in the post-apocalyptic world. I'm not seeing anything at first blush that says there's any reason why you can't.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were right or not, but they had mentioned it to me.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people are
something about their newest update.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just a thing. You hear it wrong or whatever, or just misunderstand it.
Yeah, that's why I was wanted to like ask you guys about it.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's dumped me yet. I keep getting my stupid thing muted though. I'm annoyed by that. I didn't know you had an older kid, Brent. I only knew you had.
Oh, okay. It's the opposite. It says, announced in August, you are no longer restricted to streaming only to Twitch, and now may stream to any other platform or service, though you may not simulcast to or from other web-first platforms such as Facebook or YouTube. Simulcasting on short-form mobile services such as TikTok and Instagram Live are allowed. You can post your VODs anywhere you wish immediately after you have streamed. So you may not simulcast to or from other web-first platforms.
With Restream or from Twitch?
From Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Here,
so as long as I'm going to Twitch, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll just let me just send you the page so you can read the language.
That's fine.
Yeah, I just want to be sure you guys don't get in trouble or anything. All right, put it in the Discord.
The worst thing that will possibly happen is they'll shut me down.
Right. Yeah.
And you know what? I don't get a whole lot off of Twitch anyway, so not like
okay. Not a big deal. I wasn't sure like what your goals were, so that's why I just wanted to let you know.
I just like to blast to wherever I can.
Yeah, and because I don't use Twitch that much anymore, I don't know like what the dealio is. So I just don't use it much myself.
Yeah, I mean, this still looks like it's a problem with monetized.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure. I figured I would just let you know and let you do with it as you will.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'm glad I was wrong. That makes me feel better.
I mean, I'd rather you check.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. Yeah, I just streamed it to YouTube. I don't, unless it's like in your guys' places, that's it. I don't have any other like destinations. I guess I could theoretically attach my Twitch.
Yep. I mean, you're an affiliate with Twitch, yeah?
Last I checked, I don't know if
you could be the canary in the coal mine. Connect your Twitch to it. And see what happens.
Yeah, I definitely could.
Hey, Brent.
Yeah, because I.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Oh. Hey, Brent, did you hear they're gonna make a new plane? It's made. It can't crash. It's made of rubber, polymer rubber. It's made by a company called Boeing. Boeing.
Oh my god, dad jokes. That was actually a really good one. I thought you were serious at first. I was like, what, really? And then you said it's made of rubber, and I went,
Wait a minute.
this is a dad joke. This is a dad joke incoming. I'm gonna use that one with my dad. He'll like it.
Yep. Like I said, when we have kids, we are required by law from that point forward. Tell dad jokes. It's a requirement.
Oh yeah, like at my company, there like a lot of them are dads, and so there's like dad jokes everywhere, and like constantly. I have one that's a little inappropriate, and I don't know if how I would feel sharing it. Not inappropriate as in like hanky panky, just like that's awful. Like morbid, awful.
Yep. I like ones that aren't necessarily more. I mean, I like morbid ones, but I'm much more entertained by the ones that aren't, that are silly.
I mean, this one's kind of silly, but it's a little dark. It's like a dark humor thing. Do you want it?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm all for dark jokes.
Okay, well maybe you might already know this one. What do you call a blind deer?
What do you call a blind what?
What do you call a blind deer?
Oh. I don't know.
No idea.
No idea.
No. What do you call a blind deer with no legs?
A doorstop?
Still no idea.
Still no idea. That's actually pretty good. I like that one too.
Isn't it awful?
It's horrible. I loves it.
It's awful.
It was like the time we were in we were out in Oregon, and we were in this little restaurant, and I looked out. We were looking out there. We're like, hey, look, there's an otter out there, and he's in the water. And then we watched him for a while, and he didn't move, and he didn't move, and he didn't move.
Oh no!
And I said, he's kind of legendary around here. They call him Bob, and then everybody went, why'd they call him Bob? And I'm like, that's what he does all day.
Oh my god, that's worse than mine. That's awful. I'm stealing that.
You're stealing that.
I'm stealing that. What do you call a factory that makes okay products? A satisfactory. That's awful.
Oh, this show is quickly going off the rails, ladies and gentlemen. This is how his show goes off the rails. Yes, God. Like your stormtrooper motorcycle. Safest motorcycle ever, can't hit anything. I still like a stormtrooper shoots at a red shirt, and the stormtrooper misses, but the red shirt dies anyway.
My dad said that one. My dad told me that one.
Yeah, that one's one of my favorites.
So here's a collection of some of the ones I've heard from work. Talk is cheap until you talk to a lawyer.
Right.
A pony with a cough is a little horse.
Oh.
Right?
I like that one. That one's good.
Yeah, it's a good one. A guy walks into a bar and he was disqualified from the limbo contest. Oh, he walks into a bar and was disqualified from the limbo contest.
That one's good too.
I love those like double meaning ones. Yeah, those are funny.
Those are my favorites.
What's it called when a snowman throws a tantrum? A meltdown. So that was kind of funny. It's not as good, but that was one that they said.
Yep.
I invented a pencil on each end. There's no point to it.
Yeah, on the the guy walks into a bar. I like the ones where it's like, you know, a priest, a rabbi, and an atheist walk into a bar. You'd think one of them would have seen it first.
Yeah. I think I've heard that variation too.
Yeah, because like you're waiting for a setup that has something to do with religion, and then it isn't. You know. Right? I just watched a documentary on marijuana. I think all documentaries should be watched this way. That's a good one. Oh, that's good.
Singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera.
Oh. Oh my. Oh, Long Johnson.
Oh, here was an arty one that they gave us. 2 artists had an art contest. It ended in a draw.
Yes.
I wondered why the frisbee kept getting bigger and bigger. Then it hit me.
Yeah. So the funny and sad thing is that this is one of the things that Ellie has in The Last of Us, the TV show. She's got this book of puns, and it's like her little like safe haven, so to speak, from the weirdness of the world. And it's so some of these jokes, you know, have been said literally on TV because they were, or you know, just whatever.
That's
it
awesome.
still was like, so you'll say them and then all suddenly be reminded of The Last of Us, which I really loved, by the way.
I heard it was really good.
It is very, very good. Stupid sad sometimes. It's just like disturbingly sad.
Hey, I watched Wolf's Rain and survived. Okay, I think I'll be fine.
Yep. I think we've all watched Grave of the Fireflies too and barely made it through the other side.
Gosh. Feels.
Yeah, man, that one hurts. I bought shoes from a drug dealer once. I don't know what he laced them with, but I was tripping all day. They're funny because they're stupid.
Right? That's why they're funny.
So much. You just can't not love them. I saw my wife slightly drunk yelling at the TV. "Don't go in there. Don't go in the church, you moron." She was watching our wedding video again.
What's going on, Miso? Yeah, do you have a nice bath? Do you have a nice bath?
Hey, you. Oh, I'll stand up. Would you like more scritches?
George!
Yeah. He's in here for the potential scritches. No more potential scritches. More scritches. Ah. Is that a requirement? You would rather do the game before you play the... Run around! You're trying to chase me!
Typical cat.
Mm-hmm. A woman is on trial for beating her husband to death with his guitar collection. The judge goes, "First offender?" She says, "No, first a Gibson, then a Fender." These were all Brent's. I've also noticed since
No,
we
those are
started
good.
the dad jokes, we've lost like 3 viewers. So, and can you really blame them?
No. No. Not at all.
Mm-hmm. Just, whenever people ask me where the name for the Quasar Art Collective come from, I'm like, have you seen the first episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where Coulson meets Skye for the first time and he explains S.H.I.E.L.D. to her and explains what the name S.H.I.E.L.D. means. And so he's like, what do you think of that? And she goes, I think somebody really wanted to spell out the name S.H.I.E.L.D. I feel like that's the same thing for Quack. Our name comes from somebody really wanted to just write the word quack, so we just kind of made words fit. So we had Quack.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah. I was watching The West Wing a couple of nights ago because I'm into it. I really like The West Wing. It's an interesting, good show. Teaches you a lot about how our government operates. But I was watching The West Wing and they had an intern who kept wearing a Star Trek communicator. And they were telling her she couldn't wear the Star Trek communicator because it was weird. And I was thinking about how the world's really kind of changing. Because, like, it wouldn't be so weird for me to go, even working for the White House, as long as I was well dressed and wearing a Star Trek communicator would not be so weird. But it was definitely in the 90s, that was kind of weird, It's like, and I keep thinking about how things are changing and how times they are changing.
Right. Yeah, I never really thought about that. Like wearing like anime shirts would be like really weird. And when I was like working at Walmart, it was still seen as really strange. And now they don't even care.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like now me wearing a communicator on my normal jacket is just a normal thing. And certainly much better than some political allegiance thing, which would just make people mad,
Mm-hmm.
He just made it worse. Is it leaking? Where did it leak from? Time to turn off the Sprite so I can see where the heck it is. Oh, right there.
We'll just, yeah, like, drop this cliff face here. Whoops.
It was interesting that the resolution to the Star Trek girl intern thing. First of all, I thought it was really cool of them to make it a Star Trek girl, since Trekkies have notoriously been known to be just men, and men who can't find any way to connect with girls. It's been always sort of the ingoing joke. So it was nice of them to pick a girl to be Trekkie, break the stereotype up. And honestly, legitimately, like, women do make up a good portion of the Trekkies. It's just they're not as loud and obnoxious, so you don't see them as well. They tend to be more subdued up until recently. But at the time, definitely a thing. So, but it was interesting. The resolution was Josh Lyman, one of the main characters, walked over to her and sat down and said, "Look, there's a regulation that says you can't wear that here. And you can't wear a lot of things. You can't wear crosses. You can't wear this, that, and the other thing." And he goes, "You know what? I like Star Trek too. So why don't you work here for a while, work your way up, and then propose a law at some point in time that we can change that?" And I was like, that's a nice way of putting it, as opposed to just doing we told you can't do this, don't do this, or whatever,
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
That's how it should be, stuff like that.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I kind of like The West Wing. It's, well written and subversive to, like, it doesn't hit all of the obvious, it doesn't go the way that you think it will go. Wow. Almost at the end of our show, my friend.
What?
right? That's why I just didn't. Wow, like really? Hey, Mute Midori. You're lucky you missed all the dad jokes. We were totally in this big, horrible thing about dad jokes. It was terrible. We seem to have gotten over it, though. We're better now. But we were definitely into the dad jokes for a while there. It was pretty cool. Let's see, now we're not doing bad. That radio looks pretty decent. You tell the dad jokes at work. This is like your job, right? It is my position at this job to tell the dad jokes. I'm sorry, but that's the rules. There's nothing I can do about it. I say that every time I start teaching a class. Mm-hmm. I'm like, first of all, these are my expectations in this classroom. One, I expect that I probably am less mature than you all are, so I expect that I will start giggling about something stupid before you do. That's an expectation. Two, I have to tell you now that when our child, when we have children, when they're born, we have to sign the paperwork that says that we promise to make bad dad jokes for the rest of our lives. There's nothing I can do. I'm very sorry. It's required by law. I didn't make the rules.
I bet they all like roll their eyes and are like, no.
What's so funny is, though, it does endear them to me right off the bat. Because I'm like,
that's good.
I'm not going to. And it's so funny, too, because I never had a class go out of control. And I've taught everywhere. And I've been teaching for 5-6 years now. Usually every other weekend or, whatever. So 20 weekends a year or 20 weekends a year. So I've had opportunity for it, Yeah. And I've had a couple of kids go wonky on me, but usually they're ADD, and that makes some sense. And I know how to handle ADDers because I am one. So that's typically the problem, but it's interesting. I've never had a class go out of control. And I'm like, because they talk about classes getting out of control. And I'm like, I think that's teaching style, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think that's location. Retail. Best place to tell dad jokes. Just saying. All right. Well, I'm liking where we are so far with my Gigi picture. I posted it to the webs, and one of my buddies from NDK was like, be careful not to sell that at NDK because it'll be considered a bootleg. And I was like, ah.
Sad.
NDK is very strict about fan art. Except then I said, I said the same thing. I said the biggest problem I've got is I have a few cells of my main character and stuff like that I put on the table every year. And every year she just sits there and collects dust while the kitten buses fly and the Pikachus and the Stitches fly off my table,
Yeah.
it's sad. I have pictures of all kinds of stuff out there. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Makes me kind of sad. All right.
Understandably.
Yep. We are at the end of our day. So that works. Thank you for. My God, did you just like get into trees over there? I really feel like you're the one that Brent needs to be yelling at for not being able to see the forest for the trees.
Well, I was purposely trying different styles and stuff, trying to experiment because I am going to be making a manga of the Okami game. So I was trying to see. I kind of just sat down today and was like, I'm going to do some experimenting and like see what the easiest way to draw some of this stuff is.
Works.
So I kind of was just goofing around today.
Yeah. Sorry, Mute Midori. I know you have to come in here at a certain time, and you usually come in right at the end. We moved an hour earlier so I can get up with my kid in the morning. So I'm glad you join us, though. I appreciate you. And
yeah,
we get into places where we don't have to worry about the kid waking up the next day. I can go 1 extra hour. But right now, I'm going to be up with the Dawn Patrol trying to get the kid rolling.
Yeah, it would help if I actually streamed on time. But yeah, Midori, I ended up falling asleep, and instead of sleeping 15 minutes, I slept like 3 hours.
There's that.
So that's also partly my fault too.
Yeah. Either way, we're glad you're here, even if it's just for a minute or two. And we appreciate you. So, I guess, though, I'm ready to rock and roll and head for bed. Because I am actually tired. I could stand some sleep now. Anyway, thank you for joining me, Jackson. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining you, Midori. And of course, Brent was here for a long part of this. And we had Sarge for a while there, actually talking some interesting stuff about uniforms. Well, you were here earlier, it looks like. Oh, no, you were here last night or this morning. So I'll be back on again in 12 hours. And as I always say, keep your eyes on the stars, folks. Good night.
Good night.